Now that you have learned a bit about the history of Mandarin language, I think it'll be good to start with learning the Chinese phonology. 汉语拼音，汉语 meaning Chinese, the word 语 meaning language, 拼音 phonology. Chinese phonology is consisted of 5 vowels and 23 consonants. Let's start with the vowels. 元音 The first one, it is not pronounced like A in English. In Chinese, it is pronounced The next one, O. In English, we pronounce it as O, but in Chinese, we pronounce it as O. Next, In English, it is pronounced as E, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as Next one, E. In English, it is pronounced as I, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as E. The last but not the least, Yu. Now let's move on to the consonants. There are 23 consonants in Chinese phonology. Let's start with the first one, bo. In English, it is pronounced as B, but in Chinese phonology, it is pronounced as bo. Next one, ci. Next, du. In English, it is pronounced as D, but in Chinese phonology, it is pronounced as du. Next, fu. In English, it is pronounced as F, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as fu. Next one, gu. In English, it is pronounced as G, but in Chinese phonology, it is pronounced as gu. Next, hu. In English, it is pronounced as H, but in Chinese phonology, it is pronounced as hu. Let's move on to the next page. G. In English, it is pronounced as J, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as G. Next, ku. In English, it is pronounced as K, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as ku. Next, lu. It is pronounced as L in English, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as lu. Next, mo. In English, it is pronounced as M, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as mo. Next, nu. In English, it is pronounced as N, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as nu. Next, po. In English, it is pronounced as P, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as po. Next, qi. It is pronounced as Q in English, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as qi. Next, It is pronounced as R in English, but in Chinese, it is pronounced as Next, it is pronounced as S in English, but in Chinese it is pronounced as S. Next, tu. It is pronounced as T in English, but in Chinese it is pronounced as tu. Next, u. It is pronounced as W in English, but in Chinese it is pronounced as u. Next, xi. It is pronounced as X in English, but in Chinese it is pronounced as xi. Next, e. It is pronounced as Y in English, but in Chinese it is pronounced as e. Next, z. It is pronounced as Z in English, but in Chinese it is pronounced as z. The last three don't exist in English, but only exist in Chinese phonology. The first, zhi. Next, chi. The last one, shi. Whenever you see an H behind another consonant, meaning you have to lift your tongue to pronounce it. So let's do this again. Zhi. Chi. Shi. Remember to lift your tongue.